If you say that getting the money is the most important thing, you'll be doing things you don't like doing in order to go on living, that is, to go on doing things you don't like doing, which is stupid. Better to have a short life that is full of what you like doing than a long life spent in a miserable way.
Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Welcome to You Can, Inspiration for Life with me, Jag Singh. Everybody who has children of their own knows that bringing them up isn't always a walk in the park, and parenting definitely has its challenges, especially if you're a single parent, because this means if you don't get no support, you have to do everything yourself. Today on the show, I have a special guest, Ron Kiddell. Ron, thank you so much for coming down today.
Thank you, Jag, for inviting me.
You're welcome. Ron found himself not only with one child, or two, but 3 children as he entered the world of the single parent. So Ron, please tell me, when you came to the realisation that you was a single parent, how old were your children, please?
I've got, as you said, 3 children. My eldest at the time was just over 6. My middle daughter, she was just over 3. And my youngest son, he was 16 months old.
So 16, 6 and
3.
And 3, wow. 3 children, bang, there. Okay, what were your initial thoughts, Ron, now that you've entered the world of the single parent? What were your initial thoughts that run through your head?
Well, initial thoughts was, am I going to cope? Am I going to cope and am I going to get through this? But the love for my kids and my children gave me the strength to wake up every single morning and to do the best I can as a parent, and yeah, as I said, to do the best for my kids. And
Good.
that's what I live for.
That's what keeps you going forward.
Yeah, I live and breathe for my kids. To see them in the morning saying, "Daddy, love you, miss you," that's enough for me to say, do you know what? My kids deserve the best. They're gonna get all the attention that they need from me. The stability, the security, and emotional. And, you know, just tell them every day how much I love them.
And that too is important.
That, they love it.
Brilliant, brilliant. Ron, you contacted me a few weeks ago. Ron contacted me a few weeks ago with his heartwarming story. And it touched me so much, what he told me, that I thought to myself, wait a minute, I've got to bring him on and share his story with the people out there. So Ron, what were your immediate challenges when you found this? You're right, so you're a single parent, got 3 children to take care of. Yeah. What were the immediate challenges that you had to deal with?
Oh, the immediate challenges I had to deal with was, the first thing I had to do was to give up my job.
Okay, you was working full time?
Yes, I was working a night shift at the time, but, and I've been doing it for many years. So obviously I had to give up my job to give my full time to my children, especially my youngest son, who was 16 months old.
Because he needed the attention,
well,
didn't he?
yeah, he's still a baby. So yeah, I had to be there for them. So I made that decision after speaking to friends and family that it was for the best, and I totally agreed that I'll be there for them. And you know, it's been the best thing I've ever done.
Look at these lovely, all 3 of them, look, lovely. And that is, you can tell by the faces, the happiness. You can see the goodness you've done, Ron, and the single parents out there do. You can see the happiness on their faces. And that is something you should be very proud of.
Yes, I am. I'm very hard. It's been hard you know, it's been a tough struggle sometimes. I'm not going to say it's been easy, it hasn't. But as I said, the love for my kids and knowing the fact that they get me through, and no matter how tough the day gets, they get me through it, because I just look at my beautiful children and they just give me the strength to carry on.
Wow, great words, great words. Ron, being a single parent is a damn hard job, and I give a salute to all those parents out there who are single parents and work day in, day out, so they can give their children the prosperous life that they deserve. And from me to you guys out there, well done. And well done to Ron for everything you're doing, and keep up the hard work. Ron, you had 3 children to deal with alone.
Yes.
What were the initial steps you took to gain some sort of control of the situation?
The kids, obviously the kids need stability. they needed security, the love, they feel that they're loved by their parent, i.e. me. So, you know, I gave them the reassurance every single day, you know, to how much I love them, how important they are. As I said, you know, you have to give them routine.
So routine was important to you. Yeah,
very,
that was the
very,
first thing.
yes,
Yeah.
yes. Routine. They have to have the routine. You know, we have our routine, and I don't say it goes like clockwork, but.
Well, I was just going to say, I mean, I've got two lovely children, but
Yeah.
you know, sometimes they drive me and my missus bananas. Yeah? And having three around the house, and especially the young baby, I mean, you're right, routine was needed. And what kind of routines did you set up, for example?
Well, obviously, you know, bed routine, have to go to bed. You know, they've still got the same routine now. You know,
And they stuck to the routine, have
yeah,
they?
the youngest two go to bed at 7, my oldest one goes to bed at 8. They're up at, obviously, very early, between 5:30 and 6 in the morning.
No,
So,
boys like that.
yeah, they're full of beans first thing in the morning, and, you know, make sure they go make their beds, tidy up their bedroom in the morning, make sure they tidy the bed
And
up.
do they keep their rooms tidy and that?
Yes, because I've showed them, you know, to be tidy and clean. It's okay to obviously play with your toys and everything else, but you need to put things away and be tidy. You know, as I said, you know, routine is vital. You've got to have routine, and you've got to have control. You know.
So, how many years have you been a single parent now, Ron?
It would be 4 years in
4
August.
years.
4 years.
And
I've
you're
been doing-
still fighting strong out there and
Yes.
keeping the good. What about mentally? Did you have to prepare yourself mentally? It must have been, what kind of thoughts were going through your mind, Ron? I mean, for 4 years you've been doing this, and to me it looks like you keep your head well above water.
Yeah, I
And
mean, don't get me
you're
wrong.
sitting there in front of me right now, and you're smiling. I can see that little
Yeah,
smile on your face.
yeah.
It's like the admiration I have for you and the people out there is great. So how did you find yourself mentally preparing for this?
Well, you can't prepare yourself for this. I mean, all I've done is just obviously take each day as it comes. You know, it's just, you know, I wake up every morning and I live for my kids. It's, you know, I've sort of like maybe neglected myself in a way.
I was just about to say, yeah.
Yeah, you know, my own needs, and you know, I've put all that aside and just concentrated on my children.
There's three of them with a lovely little cheeky smiles on the face again.
Yeah, you know, I've just focused on them. And then once my youngest son had started full-time school.
And when did he start full-time school?
He started in last September.
Now, in a kind of way, that must have been a bit of a relief for you.
Yeah, it does, because obviously it gave me a little bit of, you know, my time to do, not, you know, things on my own or anything like that. It just need a bit of my time.
You need it as a human being,
Yeah,
of course you do.
and obviously that's when I realised where I had neglected myself with my own emotional needs and
It was
everything
too
else.
clouded with the children.
Yeah,
'cause it's
you know,
important
as I
to
said,
you.
I was all focused on my children, you know, 24/7. You know, that's all I lived for and breathed. So when my youngest went full-time school, obviously I had a lot of time to think about the past. And I've got to admit, at some points I was starting to feel low within myself as a person. You know, not the achievements I was doing with my kids. Just
Well, you're only
feeling-
human, Ron, and
yeah,
after
you know,
so
I
long,
mean,
it can only...
night times, you know, once the kids are gone to bed, you know, it's loneliness. You know, you feel a little bit isolated. Obviously, you've got your friends and family that you can talk to, but obviously, once then, you know, everyone's got off the phone and everything else, and your kids have gone to bed, it's just you. And that's when, obviously, I was thinking a lot about the past. And it was sort of like making me sad in that sense. So I decided to do something about it.
What did you do, Ron?
Well, the first thing I'd done was go to the doctors.
Good. I was just about to say, Ron, it could be one of the hardest jobs of being a single parent, yeah?
Yes.
But the constant challenges around the children that you've had to deal with, everything. I mean, what sort of support have you received? So you said the doctors?
Yeah, the doctors have supported me. Obviously, I've had a little chat with them. And I'm currently, at the moment, actually having one-to-one counselling.
You're having counselling,
Yes,
yeah?
I
Good,
am.
good.
Yes,
That's good, Ron. That's good. It shows that you want to improve yourself.
Yes, of course. I mean, as I said to you, I neglected myself, my own needs and everything else, emotional needs. And it wasn't until, as I said, you know, my youngest started full-time school, that's when I realised, you know, I've got issues that I needed to address.
Good. So that's the first thing. You realised that something wasn't right and you wanted to do something about it.
Yes. And, you know, I take pride in everything I do, and at first I was a little bit shy, wary about going to the doctors, because all that time up to then I'd done everything all by myself, not realising that really I needed someone to talk to. So I went to the doctors, and obviously they've put me forward to one-to-one counselling.
Yeah, but that only happened because you've made the effort, Ron, and you wanted to better yourself.
Yes, that's correct.
And I can see that right now. I can see the sun shining through your eyes.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, you know, I've had this one-to-one counselling and it's still ongoing, but it's helped me.
And what about the school? Has the school helped out?
I can do nothing but praise the school that my kids go to.
What's the name of the school, please?
Stifford Clays Primary.
Stifford Clays Primary.
In Essex. I cannot thank enough for the head teacher, Mr. Peltier, and Mrs. Lee Webb. They've helped me, you know, with the kids, and even today, while I'm having this interview, they are, they're fully aware that I'm here today.
So they've actually supported you today.
Yes.
To take the kids while you're here.
Yeah, and obviously I'm not going to be back for them to finish.
Thank you,
school.
guys. Thank you so much for doing that, Mr. Peltier. Thank you, Stifford Clay School.
Yeah, as I said, they're there to, you know, after school activities for the kids until I get back. So.
And what about family-wise? What kind of support have you had from your family? Is there anyone you'd like to say thanks to in your family?
Well, the first most I want to speak to and say thank to is my mum.
Your mum?
Yes. My mum has been a rock.
What's her name, please, Ron?
Her name's Valerie Kiddell.
Valerie Kiddell. Valerie, thank you so much for helping Ron out with his hard times.
Yeah. Without her, you know, what a mum's for, they're there. So, yeah, she's been there every single day. Always makes a phone call, make sure the kids are okay, always asks. And I also got some personal friends that I'll speak on a day-to-day basis.
This is your chance to thank them. This is your chance to thank them.
I want to thank you, Michelle Dadak, Anas Shepherd, Malcolm Williams.
And these guys.
These people in my life are very close friends, and they've got to know me as Ronnie emotionally and everything, and they've been my rock as well. So I'd like to say thank you guys for being there for me, and I can't, you know, thank you enough.
Excellent, excellent. If someone recently, I mean, you being, for me, you're the role model at the moment, so if someone has just recently found themselves in a position as a single parent like you did 4 years ago, what would your advice be to them, Ron?
Well, my advice would be, you're not on your own.
Okay.
Okay, there is support networks out there, so don't ever feel isolated.
Okay, so I want to recap. There's support groups.
Yes.
Don't feel isolated. Reach out for other people.
Yes, obviously, if you've got friends and family, it's always good to talk. Instead of keeping it into yourself, you need to obviously express and talk to people, because it does relief and it does help.
You say you keep it in yourself, but did you find yourself doing that for a little while? Or
Yes,
you
I
thought, wait
did.
a minute, I don't need the help, and that's the issue
that's
we have
basically what
sometimes.
I'd done right at the beginning. I thought, well, you know, they're my children, my responsibility, and just to get on with it. And basically, that's what I'd done for the first few years. I just lived like, you know, just tunnel vision with my kids, you know, yeah, and that's all I concentrated on. But it wasn't until later on that I realised, hang on, you know, I do need help, and that, as I said, there is help, and don't be afraid to go and ask for it, because you've got fantastic support networks out there.
Excellent, excellent. There
Fantastic.
are great support networks
Yes.
out there. So people out there who find themselves struggling with a child on their own, please, please, please listen to my good friend here, Ron. Do not struggle yourself. There are networks in this country that will be more than happy and prepared to help you guys. So pick up the phone, give them a call, like Ron did. Go and knock on your GP's door. Don't be shy. That's what these people are there for. These people are there to help you. Ron, what other challenges have you encountered? I mean, like finances or anything?
Oh, financially, obviously, over the years have gone by.
Because obviously you're not working now. You've got 3 kids to take care of.
No, I've had to claim benefits as a single parent. So obviously the income is a lot smaller than I'm used to. Financially, obviously, I've tried my best as a single parent to give the best for my kids, especially at children and their birthdays. But I am restricted, very restricted to what I can actually do. I want to do so much more with them, but because obviously the finances, I'm unable to at the moment. But my kids do after school activities.
Do they?
Yes, they do.
Oh, good. What do they do? What does,
actually
who does what? Who does what?
Right, my eldest, Demi, she's
6 years. She's 9.
She's 10 now.
10, sorry, 10 years old.
She's 10 now. And Courtney, who's 7. They both do currently do marching brass band.
Oh, good. Oh, brilliant. So Ron, you're not only just bringing them up and making sure they go to school. You're actually doing extra activities for the children, and to me, that is really, really great. You're going because you want them to do the stuff that other children do out there. With the two parents, to me, that again, that requires full admiration. So you say?
Yeah, as I said, I mean, I do marching brass band a few times a week on a Wednesday and Saturday, and even on a Sunday. So even on the weekends, it feels like a school run to me when we're actually doing the band practice. So
you go to school 7 days a week?
Yeah, it's like going to school. Yeah, up at 7, get them all ready. It's like school routine every day. Doing my girls' hair up, putting them up in a ponytail, getting all them ready, brushing their teeth.
You've had to learn all that. You've had to learn how to do the hair, how to get the special activities, go and pick them up. I mean, like families out there, partners out there have each other to cope, but you have yourself, Ron. You've done it all yourself, so you need a big pat on the back.
I've done everything by myself. From the moment they get up to the moment they go to bed, I live and breathe my kids. And yeah, it's the satisfaction that I get is seeing my kids doing so well at school. Only last week, my middle daughter come home with a head teacher's award.
Head teacher's award?
Yes.
So now when you see that award, you look at it and you say to yourself,
I'm very proud.
I'm doing the right thing.
They're doing the hard work, all I'm doing is just guiding them.
Well, Ron, I'd like to say that I think you're all doing the hard work. Your kids, you, I think you're all making a great family. It's like a united effort there.
We're a team.
That's it, like a team.
We're a team.
Over the years,
we help each other out.
You have to. That's the only way you can survive. That's the only way you could survive. Ron, over the years, do you think it's got easier? I mean, 4 years now. We're going into 5th year.
It has got easier. Obviously, as the kids have got older now, they're coming obviously a little bit more independent. So yeah, especially obviously with my youngest.
Independent, for example, like you don't have to change the nappies no more, the hair. And
obviously the eldest now started washing their own hair now and conditioning it, and then learning to put it up. Even though I still re-correct it afterwards.
There's a bit of fine-tuning there. It takes time with any kid. Any kid takes fine-tuning. Yeah. But to hear that the 10-year-old is now obviously, is she doing her own stuff and getting a bit independent, to say, that should be another relief to you?
I mean, obviously as they get older now, obviously they've got friends who they go round and associate with as well. So they're not always under my feet now, even when obviously they finish school. They do their homework, do their reading. And then obviously if there's time for that, they can go and play with their mates. But obviously you've got to feed them at their tea time, and then make sure they've got to have their bath before they go to bed. And obviously my youngest two in bed by 7. So
excellent.
It's busy as soon as school finishes.
And you've done well. And you've done well, Ron.
Thank
Ron,
you.
what are your plans for the future?
My plans for the future is to get back into full-time employment.
I was just about to say that to me looks like when you told me to start the show that you'd left work, I could feel as if that was something you're yearning to.
Burning to get back into work. Obviously, I've worked majority of my life until the last 4 years. I feel that as a man, providing for my family, I should be at full-time work. But obviously, for the last 4 years, my circumstances changed. I don't regret that, but